Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Siralim Ultimate. Now, I'm a bit apprehensive about this episode because OBS and my AMD graphics card were having some issues. There's just some driver timeouts happening, and I think I fixed it. And I also think I know what's causing the problem. It's some weird interaction with one of the Windows settings, the nightlight setting, which dynamically reduces the blue light content, at night. I don't know why that would do it, but it's somehow causing driver timeouts, but not generally. Only specifically when I use OBS. Like if other screen capturing things, like free ones that you can find on the internet, they still work. Something about OBS and my AMD card and the Windows nightlight. Talk about a weird specific interaction. Something about that combination of things is causing issues. But anyway, let's not worry about that too much. Let's jump into what we've got going on for today. And for today, oh, by the way, we are still in card week. I haven't had as much of a chance to play extra hard as much as I would have liked during card week, but I'll still, and I don't think I'll get a chance to record a huge number of episodes while this week is ongoing, but I still think we can get a few in. I've got a couple more days of. I'm recording these episodes in August, by the way, even though they're gonna be up in January. My plan is to record several months of. I've talked about this for several months of footage because I anticipate that I'll be busy between September and December. And I know we're cutting into like January uploads, but the reason I'm continuing is because I would very much like to get the omelet summoned. God, this is taking a long time, isn't it? I would very much like to get the omelet dumpling summoned, and we surely don't have that many more realms to go for it. 373 acceptable, even though we had to pay a lot of power to do it. Let's take a look at the status of our omelet summon before we jump in. 92! Oh god, we're so close. We're definitely gonna get that done during this week. We might not get much else done, but we're getting this gosh darn omelet summoned one way or another. Right. I'm in the Arachnid Nest because this is where we like to fight false bosses. And oh, snare right off the bat is beautiful. Blight as well could be good. Honestly, aside from the Shadow Fusion, which I don't remember what those guys do, that seems like a pretty decent realm. Except these guys, these jokers have shuffled the timeline. So let's do this. What? Oh, you're blind, right, okay. I see. Alright, so far seems okay. And what are we gonna do? Let's give him the top of the timeline a buff, because he's snared. It shouldn't matter that much. These guys are also snared, so it should be a lot easier dealing with them. Ooh, tanky. But not tanky enough. Nemesis, it did summon another thing. I'll take the 3D buffs. Just because, I want to get that loot as high as I possibly can. Yeah, let's... Oh, we've still got the Rabid Dementia macro on you. I need to change that. But first, let's interact with this. Yeah, we can make him take less damage. Alright, let's see. Creatures. Reincarnation for you. Reincarnation for you. I should come up with a macro for the Dread White, but he rarely gets to take his turn in a trash mob fights, so it doesn't matter. And then, you know, major boss fights, I'm gonna be, you know, manually selecting my moves on just about everyone anyway. So I guess it doesn't really matter that he doesn't have a macro, but still. Yeah, let's make this dude immune to spell damage. And creatures have attacked us. And now we've attacked them. Not sure why you came back to life. Ooh, we get a dumpling, a regular dumpling. Let's hunt him down pretty quickly. Yes, he's cornered in this room. And he's never gonna flee, because that's just one of our blessings in this realm. And what do we get? I mean, it's not that exciting finding dumplings now that we've already summoned one. But gaining levels, I guess, is fine. And we will be doing divination summons. This is a wonderful realm for it. But not just yet. Ooh, didn't quite have enough gas in the tank to kill them off. And what do we get for our probably final debuff? Yeah, you can damage me over time. I'm not that upset about it. Ooh, the cockatrice. The Arachnolisk Master. I thought it was the cockatrice, but this guy, it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. What was your thing? Enemies, sure, whatever. Knock yourself out. And we should be able to just finish this fight like this. Maybe not. These guys do have kind of boss levels of health. Kind of. But I think maybe a second Rabbit Dementia might be able to do some good work. And now I think these guys are done and dusted. Level 12 with that particular master. Still worth doing those fights, even though we're not getting achievements for them anymore, just because more mastery is still good. And I believe you also have a chance to find extra trait. God damn it! Extra trait materials, the mastery trait materials, in case you need more than one of them for some reason. Usually, I don't imagine you would need more than one, because you'd build a party based around that trait, and then I guess you could have two versions of your party, and you're too lazy to like switch between them and have different loadouts. So you'd rather just have two entirely different parties. It's a valid oh, man, come on. Get the bad outcome. I think we've gotten the bad outcome every single time. One of them did summon a dumpling, yes, but hey, look at this. Serendipity. What is serendipity? I mean, I know what the word means, but what does the spell do? Is it indeed as serendipitous as it would lead us to believe? It was this one. Spell details. Savage and agile. I'm not too excited by that. Alright, let's open up the rest of our stuff. Nice. Wonderful. Fantastic. Yeah, let's do this. Alright. Yeah, I guess we'll see what's in this room. Alright. Should be a straightforward boss fight against Impington as well. Just because I think now that we've summoned the portal, we should be free to start summoning other things and the portal isn't gonna despawn. Let's test that hypothesis for science. We were working on the Modron set, which was on page 36 or something. Yeah. We got the sentry bot. Which one of these little guys do we want to work on? It doesn't matter which one. But let's get this one. Stat gains can lead to slow battles just because of all the calculations the game is doing. So let's try and get this card out of the way next. Yeah, see, I can already sense the slowdown due to the stat gains, but maybe we'll get lucky and we'll just get the card on the first or second attempt. Let me check something. So rabbit dementia is a good way to take them down. Rabid dementia. Oh, you missed a couple times. And I could assign the macro, but we've got a boss fight coming up. And I'd have to change the macro back. And if she casts Rabbit Dementia, she will double cast it, which will, you know, offset some of the time we would have saved. So I tell you what, let's do this manually. Then after the boss fight, we can, if there are enough of them left to kill, we can switch to using the macro. Come on. Oh, I used... I mean, I guess that's also fine as long as it doesn't, you know, as long as we don't get those random fireworks with the, where did the portal spawn? Wait a second. Did it despawn the portal? Is that what happened? Oh man, that sucks. I think it might have despawned the portal. Shit. Well, at least now we know. Don't summon enemies before the boss fight. Unless you're okay with having to do, well, having to summon the false god all over again. I guess it's not that bad. We're doing our farming ahead of time. We're front loading the grind. No sign of the card yet, but it is very early in our farming, you know, our farming process with this guy. Unless you're very lucky, even with, you know, the card week bonus, unlikely that you'll get it just in your first group of 20 that you summon. Unlikely. Alright. Let's get through this. And then... Oh wait, no! It did! It did summon! It just summoned really far away from us. I thought it was supposed to summon closer to us than this. Well, I mean, we might as well kill this guy and see what's going on in the rest of my... Okay, so I retract what I said earlier. It will not despawn the portal if you summon the portal and then summon enemies. The portal will remain where it should be. And 3 of those are... We'll get them after this fight. They're too far away. Alright. Let's see. Now the thing with this fight is we really don't want him to take turns if at all possible. Double cast antidote helps quite a lot. Confusing 3 of his body parts also helps quite a lot, just in case we aren't able to ensnare him properly. But I think we are, because Meraxis is now free of buffs. A second entangle root. You can just start doing some feign death. That sucked. That really sucked. So the only... There are a couple of annoying buffs left right now. We need to cast Archangel's Blessing because we really don't want Meraxis to die. There we go. Annoyingly, Meraxis is gonna have to. Some nice Clayman. It's targeting random creatures, but you know it's still good. Now again, no reason not to do that. Animatus, no reason not to do this. He's immune to spells, but not to attack damage and not to indirect damage. Alright, let's keep on doing the... Should we do a Clayman? Let's do a Clayman. Yeah, let's do some Clayman action. Do you have a Clayman? You do have a Clayman. The head is already dead. I think this fight might be ending soon. Double cast Clayman, why not? And now double cast Feign Death. Not quite enough to end. Alright. He's tankier than I expected. But, you know, the writing was on the wall. That fight was over. What do we get in our heaping treasure? Well, first of all, let's see our anointment. These ones aren't that interesting for me, because they are for builds that are not that important for us. All right. Okay, fine. Let's take Primordial. And what's our heaping treasure? Do we get anything rare at all? No, it's gonna skip straight to giving us reputation with the guild. And we get some more stuff for beating the realm quest. Alright, let's get these last 3, and then we'll move on to the next realm. This is our 6th victory against Impington. And only 3 enemies, so there's no point. Like, we could set the Rabbit Dementia macro, but it would take more time to set the macro than it would to simply manually do this. Because we'd have to set the macro on 2 different creatures, because 2 of them could possibly go first. And then we'd have to change the macro again after the fight ends. So let's just deal with it like this. Well, would you look at that? The very... After my big speech about, oh, unless you're very lucky, well, I guess we are very lucky, we get the Brave Little Bot card. Man, this is already shaping up to be a fantastic episode. Now watch as it turns out, OBS glitches out and the recording vanishes. Well, I guess even if the recording vanishes, I can still tell you what happened when I get things working again, but you know, it won't feel as good, right? You want to see the card finds on video. Right. Set another bounty. I guess we'll keep doing Impington until we've done him 10 times. And then we'll move on to maybe Hydronox. Maybe Caliban, but like he has that triple resurrection. Could be annoying. Let's keep doing Impington for now. How are we in the recording? 21 minutes in, alright. That's decent. Didn't take too long at all. Let's go into our next realm. Which is, got a regular realm, and then we'll have a nether boss in the realm after this. 400 is a fantastic bonus to take into a random realm. Ooh, one thing I should have checked is we are running 5 out of 5 projects. That's good. Let's make our donation to Genros. Get some favor with you as well. Ooh, what are we dealing with? God, another... Oh, actually no, they're fused with Nephilim. I think that might mean that they're gonna have stand as one. Ah. Yeah, because if they have the Nephilim Shield Bearer, then they're gonna have stand as one. Yeah, okay, so not a great realm for farming. Yeah, not a great realm for farming. But hey, if we ever find oh, one thing I should have shown you is we found the second card in the Modron set. 2nd out of 6. One more card will unlock one more bonus for us, but for now we're just at 2. Right. No shield bearer in this realm, but it seems like they are susceptible to just being punched to death. And it seems like this is the kind of realm where we would want the Rabbit Dementia macro, because it's a better way of dealing with groups that can have stand as one. Just because you have more instances of damage as opposed to the reincarnation, which is one big instance of damage that then gets nerfed. Instead, where it's still getting slightly nerfed, but we're doing... Our damage is being split a little bit more efficiently, if that makes sense. And given that not every group is going to have a shield bearer, and given that we have a decent way of fighting them, I think maybe this will be a decent realm for farming after all. But before we go around farming, let's explore the realm. We do have a master to take down. We do have rooms to check out, which will hopefully have some nice rare encounters for us. And we've got these bookshelves, which are giving us nice stacks of loot. Nothing rare just yet, but you know what? It's fine. Yeah. The double shield bearer is not a good time. But if we take you out, then maybe? Okay, I'm rethinking my my assertion that this is a good realm to farm. It really does depend on their party composition and also on who we get to target with Rabbit Dementia. Really what I should be doing is, if my Animatus goes first, I should check if they have a shield bearer and I should target him specifically. And if my Rift Dancer goes first, then yes, I'll use Rabbit Dementia. See, so this time my Animatus is going first, and I see that they have one shield bearer. I'll attack you manually. Except somebody else jumped in and took that bullet for you. Okay then. Okay then. Alright. Alright. Who are you? The Manticore Master. 4 of them are going first. Are they gonna make good use of their initiative advantage? Seemingly not. Excuse me. It's very rude. Give me give me that stuff back. And also, what is your trait? What is your trait? Enemies. Yeah, you know what? You're debuffing me. I don't like that. Well, there we go. That was all we needed. And for our 5th victory against you, we also get a costume. Yeah, again, let's try out our strategy of taking out the shield bearer, which seems to be working. Animatus goes first. Manual attack, targeted attack against the shield bearer. Our Rift Dancer goes first. We just do Rabbit Dementia and hope that either they don't have shield bearers or that we get a lucky distribution of damage and they get killed. Alright. Easy so far. I don't think we found the candle. Yeah. Oh. I just walked right past the buried treasure. Silly of me. Oh, we had a prophecy task for that as well. What's our Rune of Prophecies looking like? It's looking pretty pretty close to being done. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is I am gonna summon 20 enemies. So we're done with the brave little bot already. We're done with the sentry bot. The bio bot, I'll leave till the end because it's easy. You are also easy. Wizard's Companion, that's also easy. Yeah, this one is... It's not even that bad, but it's the only one that could potentially be annoying in any sort of way, so we'll just deal with you like that. I guess maybe I could try and come up with a really complicated macro and being like, if there's a Nephilim... Actually, no, I couldn't do that because These guys aren't shield bearers, they're simply fused with shield bearers. So that would not work. You know what, let's have some fun. And let's see if maybe there's a way. If any enemy is class, but what about race? Has allies, has enemies, has buff, has debuff, has minions, has trait? Here we go, has a trait. And this way, if they have the trait through their regular thing or through their fusion, it doesn't matter. We're gonna be targeting them anyway. God, man, the macros in this game are awesome. Has trait stand as one. Attack. Attack a random ally, no. Attack that creature. And what am I gonna... Let's rename this macro as the stand as one. SAO killer, let's call it. The SAO stand as one killer. And now let's assign that macro to you. Oh, no. You need the Rabbit Dimension macro. And then you have the SAO killer. Okay, now I think we'll be able to get some good action going. Actually, no, there's a problem with this macro, because what if we've killed all the shield bearers? What then? We need a second line in the macro. We need a second line. And if ally 2 is alive, cast Rabid Dementia on ally 2. I know this is taking some time, but I think this is worth doing. On that creature, I think. There we go. Now I think things are fine. Here comes the test. He's targeting the correct one. One interesting thing will be what happens if there are multiple shield bearers. I guess we won't find out. We should find out. Okay, no shield bearers, and our animatus is going first. Okay. This is working out pretty well. I'm glad we took the time to set up this macro, because it certainly is saving us time. Yeah, and when there's no shield bearer, he's just gonna go to the next line, which is the usual Rabbit Dementia. This is beautiful. I almost want to spend more time farming, but I also first of all, don't have that much time for this episode. And also, I also want to make realm progress, just to make sure that we get the omelet summoned in a timely fashion. So that I can finally take that break that I've been mentioning. Not that I'm getting tired of playing this game, far from it, but I will have to I'm gonna be leaving town for a week at the end of this week, and I've got my last couple days of work coming up before I get a break, but then I'm not gonna immediately be totally free. I'll have some, stuff to deal with, some tax stuff, because you gotta do my taxes quarterly. I know this is very riveting, very exciting information that you definitely need to know, but the point was that no, I am definitely not getting tired of this game. The break is purely something that is going to be imposed on me because of other considerations. And when we're done with the omelet summoning, then I can, get, started on the long list of things that I need to do in the rest of my actual life. Okay. All of that was to say, we're not, even though this is turning out to be a decent run for farming, we're not going to be summoning more of these guys. Not here, anyway. I mean, if we really wanted good realms for farming, we'd go into one of those realms where we can put bomb as a debuff on the enemy, and then roll for extra speed. Yeah, okay, if we're rolling for extra speed, it'll mean we won't necessarily get a good item bonus, unless we're really lucky, but card grinding does not depend on your item bonus, from what I've gathered. It's only cards from random loot that depend on that. 2 more. Are we gonna get another really lucky drop with the card showing up from the last enemy we kill? Or the last group of enemies? I mean, it would be outrageous if that did happen. It would be shocking. Oh man, I am loving this macro. I mean, you could argue that it's getting dangerously close to the "oh, you're not playing the game anymore" territory. But I would argue that even the act of coming up with the macro it's essentially a puzzle solving process. Because we had to think on our feet to come up with a good macro that worked. Right. Who are we dealing with? Kila. What was Kila's deal? What was Kila's deal? We got codex, reference lists. No, game information. Nether bosses. Kila. What are you? Annoying, but ultimately manageable. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fight Kila in... Where was Meraxis? It was the swamplands. Because the treasure piles will have a chance of spawning treasure golems. We could also go into the Feylands, but I don't like the fact that you might get animated gem. animated gem could waste one of our creature's turns if like reincarnation gets cast. And it can do other things that, you know, throw off my rhythm in a fight. Okay, 373 acceptable, Resurrect on Death annoying, but ultimately manageable. And also, how long have we gone? 40 minutes, okay. What else are we dealing with? Honestly, not that bad. Other than the Resurrect on Death. Let's make our donation. Now let's take down these enemies. Hey, we got it. Oh, we got it. I'll show this after this fight, but we just got an achievement for 44% game completion. Oh yeah, we've also got to change our macros back. Okay, so we just got like a Steam achievement for completing 44% of the game achievements. So good job, us. Assign you this. Assign you this. Perfect. Perfect. And because it's a boss fight, we'll it's not enough that you're resurrecting, you even have to do this garbage. Come on, guys. Be reasonable. More favor from Hunter's Lodges. I guess it's good that we got that before we did any of the lodges. And yeah, let's just do this. They have Doppelganger as a minion, which isn't great. It means they're sometimes going to take extra turns. They also have chance to resist damage. Okay. Yeah, this collection of realm properties, not the best. Not the best, and hopefully we get a lucky treasure golem spawn. If not, I'm gonna keep farming this realm until we do. What if we just did this? Excuse me? Oh, he's taking 0 damage. I see. Well, I mean... Well, that was a misclick. A button press that I did not intend. And just maybe do this. Ah, he's gonna come back, but we're gonna send him straight back to hell. Nothing in that chest. Alright. Ooh, here's our... Oh my... What happened? Oh, they're fused... They're fused with elves. This is gonna make this boss fight... We can manage. But it's gonna make the boss fight very complicated if they're fused with the elf creature that prevents us from having the on-death effects. And which one is it? Well, it's not any of these. finally we got some debuffs on our enemies. Yeah, let's talk to you. Destroyer Fiend surely has to be Chaos, or maybe it's Death. Let me just look this up. Yeah, Chaos, like I thought. Alright. You know what, I'm gonna summon one and only one group of whichever one we were doing, the Wizard Defender. Because I do like to at least get a bit of farming done every episode. Alright. Hate and other triumphs. Elf Barbarian is what we don't want to see. But if the Elf Barbarian is something we do see, then as a kind of way around that, we just cast Clayman on the animators. Because they're not stopping us from gaining stats. They're not like the Nyx creatures. They're just stopping one of our mechanisms for gaining stats, which is, you know, stat gain on death. But we can still for sure gain stats. We just have to do it in a different and slightly less efficient way. More speed is good. It buys us time if we get extra turns before the boss. Once again, Elf Barbarian. So once again, Clayman. Once again, Rabbit Dementia. I'm not gonna bother coming up with a macro for this just because it's a bit too specific. Like, how often are we gonna be fighting elves or like enemies fused with elves? Not that often. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Alright. So this time, a self-cast Clayman. And now we do this. And you killed the Elf Barbarian as well. Okay, yeah, this is... I guess I didn't need to do that. I could have just used reincarnation at that point because the barbarian was dead. And once they're dead, their trait stops applying. Oh yeah, we've got a master fight as well, so let's not get too carried away just yet. Excuse me? Did that guy just resist damage 5 times in a row, or were we not doing damage to him? Either way, not happy with how that went. But we're doing okay, I guess. We're gonna get some loot out of this civilian dressed up as a hot dog. You know, every time I see this guy, I'm gonna be thinking of that Tim Robinson sketch from I Think You Should Leave about the hot dog car and the guy dressed as a hot dog. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up right now. Look up Tim Robinson hot dog car. Or hot dog should be enough to get you the search result. Although he does have, funnily enough, at least one other sketch to do with hot dogs in general. But the hot dog car is by far the most famous one, I would say. Alright. Got 2 different elf barbarians. Alright. Independent chance to dodge sounds like a bunch of garbage, so how about you fuck off? And how about we do this? And now I'm gonna kill you a second time. Yeah, I was worried that this was gonna be a short episode, but my worries were unfounded. This realm has definitely made up for whatever speed we were building up earlier in the episode. It's okay though, you take the quick with the slow. And if there weren't any realms like this, if they were all smooth, it would... then you wouldn't appreciate it when the good ones came, right? It would just all be... it would all be the same. At least that's my rationalization for why I'm spending all this time doing this. Yeah, a bit of an awkward way to fight. And maybe, I mean, I don't need to do this every time, but I'm just getting into the habit because we're gonna have to do a lot of this in the boss fight. So might as well get a bit of a muscle memory going on while while there are still other creatures to fight. Alright, Clayman, Rabid Dementia. Got you dead. And I guess we'll fight some Imlers. Was there anything we had to worry about with these guys, or can we just punch them? I guess we can just punch them. Duly noted. Okay, this is getting a little annoying. Like when enemies get a bunch of extra free actions, I don't like that, just because it slows everything down. And this. And if we're really lucky, then the boss of the realm isn't gonna have any elf barbarians in his side. But if we are unlucky, then we're gonna have to do a whole lot of this, but over multiple turns. Alright. No treasure golem. Mini boss realm as well. Oh, this... They copied our spell gems. They cast fucking Riotous Rum, which means we're not gonna gain any stats. So we gotta waste 2 turns doing this. Now we could do this. And now Miraxus can hopefully put an end to this fight. Yeah, looks like they're pretty much done. This one guy is still alive. I think we might be able to kill him like this. Yeah, there we go. Because he was not a barbarian. And nothing in either of those chests. Wonderful, okay. Enemies are weak. They've lost more defense. Oh, and there's a whole other room that we haven't been to. You know what, let's see what's in that room. Man, it might be some important buff that we need. Let's kill these Imlers as well. Yeah, let's full clear this realm. Definitely a bit irritating. Just die, please. And please and thank you. There we go. And the last two enemies in this realm are not our divination candle summons, so they aren't gonna give us the card that we want. They could give us a different card, and I would happily accept it. Looks like this episode we are gonna have only the one card. But listen, even one card is a big deal in this game, with cards being such a rare thing to find. So let's be happy that we did. And what do we have here? Nothing of note. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna do a bunch of garbage. Okay. You're gonna reflect damage, I think? Yeah. So probably gonna kill my... No? I guess our damage reduction was good enough to just absorb that. Okay. And finish it off like this. We're back over 5 million power, but we know how quickly that can all go away, so let's not get too excited about it. Okay, now finally, the only thing left to do in this realm, I believe, is the Nether boss. So let's take care of him, and then we can call it good, assuming we win, which we should. Alright, how is this battle gonna start? They do have a barbarian in their party, which is not good. Let's arbitrate. We have maximum buffs, that is also not good. Let's cast Entangling Roots. And let's start doing some Clayman action. And a few of them are going to be confused as well. And I guess they're just gonna constantly have those buffs. Alright. Double cast Clayman. And this time I'm gonna do Archangel Blessing. The Dread White does have Arcane, so do yet another Clayman. Rift Dancer, you've already used up your Clayman. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. So go ahead and... Or should we... You know what? Let's instead start doing some Rabid Dementia. I think we've got enough energy built up. Enough strength. I guess we could have done maybe one more. But no, they're gonna start taking... There we go. Yeah. I was getting the feeling that we had enough gas in the tank to take them out. And indeed we did. That fight went pretty well. I will say it did help that I was practicing casting Clayman against the other enemies. So that way when we did get to the boss, I didn't have to fumble around. I wasn't accidentally using my other macros. But that went really well. I tell you what, I'll get one final group of wizard defenders. One final group. And let's see if we can just do this. We can, but it'll be slow because they're because of the multiple things that are helping them survive. The resurrections, the chance to resist damage. Could be a lot better. And of course, if they just don't die at all from the explosions, then that's a whole separate issue, but that's fine as well. Nothing from you. 3 more possibilities for us to get this card. I guess we attacked the tanky one first time around, so overkill didn't trigger. That made everything take 1 extra turn, so it's not always a foolproof way to end the fight in 1 turn, but in general it's pretty quick. Like in this case. Now we just gotta wait for their resurrections, yeah. Nothing there, and our final friend. Are you down here? Are you? You're over there? All right. We'll deal with you quickly. And what are we gonna see? We see nothing. Right, one final thing, in your shop, which of these aspects don't we have? Hang on, so what kind of creature is an aspect? Is it simply called an aspect? RS aspect? No, hang on. So, yeah, we'll buy this and then that'll be the last thing. Aspect of time. Let's go to our... I don't know which of these are in my bestiary, which... so I know autumn aspect for sure should be in our bestiary. So what I need to do is I need to sort by name. Go to autumn aspect, and it is an aspect type creature, but then where are the rest of the aspects? PQRS. Okay, here we go. We have 5 of them. Autumn, spring, summer, winter, that's easy to remember, and seasons. That is also easy to remember. What don't we have? We have spring, autumn, summer, winter, seasons. We don't have time and we don't have change. So let's buy both of these. And that should add a couple to our bestiary. If you sort by new, yes, F rank with both of them means they were only just now added to our bestiary. Perfect. Now let's sort by race, which is what I usually like. Now we'll head back to Castle Darius, and now we'll close out this episode, which hopefully which hopefully is gonna be legible. Hopefully the recording doesn't mess up. Fingers crossed. But yes, let's it is a bit weird commentating on something that I'm like not sure if it's even gonna be rendered into a proper video at the end, but let's not worry about that too much. Let's instead focus on what we did accomplish. We got a few achievements. We got to 44% game completion, which was a lovely milestone. Another lovely milestone was finding our second Modron card. We've only just started farming the set and already we're making great progress. Hopefully we can finish out this set pretty quickly, because I think that'll help us out a lot in terms of our power generation. But yes, for now I think it is time for me to say thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed this episode. And I hope you'll join me for the next one as well. And until then, take care.